The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside sophomore forward Kaitlyn Cupples, I'm Michael Watchering, and this is SeeingEagles.com. The position preview rolls on with the front court. And Kaitlyn, last year the South Atlantic Conference Freshman of the Year. What did you work on in the offseason to ensure that you would be able to duplicate that?
I would say I definitely tried to develop more of an outside game, like 15 foot, and be able to dribble more, not just be like a one-dimensional player.
Is that something that you're going to try to add to the game with teams having seen you for a full season of tape? You won't be able to sneak up on them this year, that you try to add maybe a little bit to your game this year?
Yeah, I think that adding the 15-foot range will be definitely a surprise to a lot of people because they've really only seen me do like full court layup stuff or just around the basket. So I think it'll be good.
Defensively was something that you and Jasmine Franklin really brought to the table last year. Both of you were top 10 in the conference in blocks per game last year. How do you think the two of you were able to work, and what do you expect this season between the two of you?
I think that Jasmine Franklin and I, we both really have the height advantage and the kind of lankiness, I guess, and the quickness versus other forwards and posts. So I think that is something that teams definitely have to be afraid of, and definitely will have to alter their offense a little bit with.
You bring in Jasmine Poole, who was here last year, but she'll be eligible this year, and Jekka Simmerly and Allison Hodge, those players. What do you think those three are going to bring to the table with your team?
Poole definitely will be a good addition to our squad because she's just such a big presence down low, and it's really, really hard to guard. Even in practice, like we really can't stop her. So offenses and defenses will have a really hard time guarding her. And Jekka and Allison both bring very different dimensions to our squad, I think. Jekka and me kind of favor in our positions, but Allison is more of like a 4 and has a really good range on her.
How do you approach it? Although you're just a sophomore, you're just as experienced as everybody else. How do you approach maybe a leadership role on this team?
We do have a lot of seniors on the team, so like off the court and like team decisions, we really like let them have their say on those things. But I feel like on the court, I can really be a good encourager and a uplifter to the team for sure.
You get North Carolina and Tennessee to start the year, and obviously those teams have players that are bigger than you, probably stronger than you. What do you take from those two exhibition games as opposed?
I think that it kind of is a wake-up call as to, like, you know, just how tough you have to be and just how big. Because if you can guard them or if you can get a rebound off them, you can get a rebound or a goal off of anyone in our league.
What's the goal for this team heading into the year? Last year you guys were up and down, some really good stretches, some really low stretches. Are you guys looking for more consistency this year as you try to finish at the top of the table?
Definitely more consistency. I think that is probably one of our key components this year, is not just being like up and down, but just having like a good game every game, and maybe not like the best every time, but we're definitely never going to take games off because I feel like that's something we kind of struggled with last year.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
She's Kaitlyn Cupples. I'm Michael Watchering, and this is SeeingEagles.com.